Cody here with my picks for UFC 99, Franklin versus Silva. Gotten written down here. Yep. Gonna go through the undercard real fast. Just gonna pick the winners. Not gonna announce, who's fighting who. We got, let's get my whole face in there. That's pretty good. John Hathaway, picking him. Stefan Struve, really lanky guy, gonna pick him. Paul Kelly, stand-up wrestler, gonna pick him. Paul Taylor, good stand-up fighter, gonna pick him. Dennis Seaver, or Siver, whichever, gonna go with him. And Terry Edom, which I like Terry Edom a lot. He's really doing really good with his stand-up game, and before then he had a really good ground game too. So yeah, he submitted Matt Grice, which I thought was really cool, because he was the underdog, slight underdog in that fight, and I was able to pick him and impress some people. I don't know. It's just, you like people that come through for you when you pick them randomly sometimes. It's kind of like a nice pat on the back or for your confidence in them. But yeah. And then we got the main card. And we got Mustafa, whatever, versus Crow Cop. He's back. And I think he's going to win this fight. He may be filling out the first few rounds, the first few minutes, and first few rounds, and probably, I think he'll win it maybe in the second by TKO. But early on, I think he's going to be real tentative. He doesn't want to get in there and just get, just quickly put away. Then that could happen. But I got Crow Cop in this. Then we got Spencer Fisher versus Carl Don't know how you pronounce that first name. That's so weird. I want to say Carl, because that's what I heard when I was listening to some Goldberg commentary during his fight against BJ Penn. But I just call him Carl, like C-A-W-L. And I got Spencer Fisher in that fight. I like Spencer. I think he's going to outwork, I'll take him by probably decision, majority. Then we got Marcus Davis versus Dan Hardy. That's really come along to be a really cool fight, because Dan Hardy, is questioning Marcus Davis's link to the Irish. If he really is, he's Irish American. I mean, you can pick on the guy all you want for how he comes out and stuff, and he wants to represent the Irish name, but not live there full time. I mean, I don't really have a problem with it. I've seen fighters that come out in Muay Thai shorts and the feet wrapped and stuff, and they just went there for the summer or something. What was that? That was that Belcher guy. I mean, I was like, okay. But I mean, I'm fine with it. It really shouldn't be a problem. I don't know. And this guy actually has descendants from Ireland, so more power to him. I think Marcus Davis is going to win this, but I mean, in the back of my head, I think Dan Hardy could also upset. Guy is pretty vicious with his striking, but I think Marcus Davis might even take this to the ground where he could submit Dan Hardy rather than have to stand with him. That's the cool thing about being multifaceted, is you could actually win a fight without doing one thing. You could do the other thing, and if Dan Hardy isn't prepared for that, he's up shit creek without a battle. And then we got Ben Saunders versus Mike Swick. I'm going to actually pick an upset here, because Mike Swick at 170 has just looked terrible, and Ben Saunders at 170 has looked really impressive. Although there's a big difference in the competition they've had facing to get to this fight. And I will say, Mike has won some really lackluster affairs, but Ben has won some really blowouts, but against subpar competition. But I'm still going to go with Saunders. I don't know. It's just a shot in the dark, but I like Saunders better than Swick already. So it's kind of like, not a mental choice, but more of a who you like choice. But I think he could do it too. I think Saunders has the tools to put away Mike Swick, and I hope he does. Then we got Czech Congo versus Cain Velasquez. And easily to me. I mean, I still am not really impressed by Congo. I mean, I respect him as a fighter. He fights. The whole crotch hit thing, I mean, I'm kind of over that because his last fight, he didn't need them and whatever to win. But still, you know, that irked me early on. But I think Cane's a better fighter here. You compare the two, and just Cane's look more impressive to me. He's less tentative with his striking, and he goes out there and gets it, you know. So I think Cane wins this. Cane seems like a cool guy. A lot of people were getting upset. I was looking at MMA Junkie because he said something about brown power, you know. And, you know, the thing is, he can say that, but, you know, someone who's white can't say white power without people getting nervous. And I think he should just, you know, be proud in himself as a person of what he's doing and what he's, you know, accomplishing. You know, a lot of people get wrapped up in race. I think too much. Really, it's more about the person than it is about the race, because you don't choose your race. I mean, it's not like there's a big draft or anything. Yeah. And then we got Rich Franklin versus Wanderlei Silva. This is your main event. This is what the fight, the whole card, the pay-per-view is titled. And this is going to be a good one, I think. You know, it's really hard for me to choose a guy because I think Franklin's very technical. And I think Wanderlei has, like, the right fighter instinct to finish a fight at any time. So, I mean, I just kind of thought about it, and I decided to go with Wanderlei. Although I could see it happening the other way, too. But I think Wanderlei is going to overwhelm Franklin. I'm not positive that's going to happen. I could also see Franklin winning a decision. I don't know. But it's a real close fight. This whole card has a lot of close fights on it, which is going to be fun to watch. And I like how they like to do this with any foreign cards, and this is going to be in Germany, is they like to load it with stand-up fighters. And you got a lot of stand-up fighters here trying to take each other's heads off. So that's going to be interesting. You know, hopefully, yeah, because that's more appealing to people who haven't seen the fighting before. It takes more appreciation for the ground game to get it, you know. And, you know, but you can watch a guy punch another guy and you could be like, oh, yeah, I understand that. That makes sense. So, yeah. So that's a good way to market, you know, the fighting, you know, more relative to people trying to kill each other on the feet rather than, you know, wrestling on the ground. But whatever. It's going to be a good card. Yeah, and I take Silva there on the last fight. Hopefully my picks pay off. Recently, I've been struggling with some picks. Oh my gosh. But hopefully this turns around. Hopefully it's a good card overall. I mean, picks, mix, you know, who cares? But you want to see good fights and a good card. So yeah. I'll talk to you later.